16 celebrities get put in random brackets. They're put on an island. Who will survive Celebrity Combat? Up next, number 3, Mickey Rourke taking on number 14, Mel Gibson. Couple whack jobs here, boys. Who do you think put on an island is going to beat the shit out of the other person?
See, Mel Gibson was in Mad Max 2, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Mickey Rourke was in The Wrestler. He was also in one of the Iron Man movies, I think, the second one.
He's tried to stay in shape in his old age.
Where's John Sprague when you need to talk about Marvel movies? Where's he at? Can you get him on the phone?
Yeah. Hey, John. Oh, he's dead.
So what about criminal histories? Because that's what we seem to be deciding this on.
Oh, criminal history. I don't really have that. Rourke has dated several celebrities, if you like that kind of thing. He has political views. He's donated a lot of earnings to support John Doherty in a political asylum in the U.S., and that's a Republican. He's a Republican. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Rourke publicly gave his support to President Bush in the Iraq War.
Which one? The first one or the second? Not the war.
That's 2006.
So HW? No, that'd be the first one, right?
2014, Rourke came under scrutiny for purchasing and wearing a T-shirt bearing the likeness of Russian President Putin at a time when most of the Western world was criticizing and sanctioning Russia for its violations of Ukrainian sovereignty.
Wait, what year was this?
2014.
Oh, I'm glad that didn't happen again.
Yeah, no, it's all good now. In 2020, Rourke expressed support for Biden.
Wait, he was a diehard Republican and then he suddenly switched allegiance?
Encouraging him to go get his fat ass regarding his challenge against Trump. In August, he expressed his support for Kamala Harris.
Oh, so he's... Because he realized that Biden can't do the job, so now he's going to number 2.
In October, Rourke voted for the first time ever in an election for Biden and Harris.
Wow.
In addition to this, Rourke has publicly attributed his comeback to his dogs. He loves small breed dogs. Is this guy a bitch?
So let's get on to Mel Gibson then. Did you know that he is the 6th of 11 children? 11 children. His mom was a baby-making factory.
Yeah, she's a clown car.
Her vagina's a clown car. Did you know that Gibson's father won $21,000 playing on the Australian Jeopardy?
No, I did know that. I watched it.
That's what started his career, I'm guessing. After graduating, Mel Gibson, he joined the South Australia Theatre Company and toured with the production of Waiting for Godot. He met his wife when she was working as a dental nurse when they met because she said, quote, "I saw how big his mouth was and how easy he would be able to pleasure my vagina." I made that bit up.
Okay,
That's not true.
All right,
she was a dental assistant.
Okay, well, I was in. I was all in.
You believed me when I said
No,
that.
I
Didn't
did.
you? It's because it's the accent. You just believe whenever I say something that's bullshit, because I say it with an English accent, you just completely believe it.
I loved it.
As a director, Gibson likes to break the tension on set by having his actors perform serious scenes while wearing a red clown nose.
So Gibson's the he's the real religious guy, right? He's the
Yeah, you say that, but on July 28th, 2006, he was arrested by Deputy James Meir of the LA County Sheriff's Department for driving under the influence while speeding in his vehicle with an open container of alcohol.
What?
Yeah, wait, did it say Mel Gibson or did it say one of us? Yeah, Mel Gibson.
You drink alcohol?
Gibson told the arresting officer, "My life is over. My wife is going to leave me." When the officer wouldn't let him drive home drunk, I mean, what kind of cop won't let you drive home drunk? Gibson exploded into a racist tirade, which culminated with "Jews are responsible for all the wars in the world. Are you a Jew?"
Yeah.
That's what he said to
I'm sorry. I thought you were.
And that wasn't his first arrest, because in April 2019, the day after he was arrested for drunk driving in Malibu, there were pictures showing him on a beach embracing Russian pianist Oksana Grivova. Apparently, alcoholism and infidelity are the reasons he got divorced. Can you believe alcoholism and infidelity would cause divorce? Or in July 2010, audio recordings allegedly of Gibson were released onto the internet, which did not paint him in a particularly good light. Civil rights activists alleged that Gibson had shown previous patterns of racism, sexism, and anti-Semitism and called for a boycott of his films. Hollywood, guys, Hollywood, come on. I think it's time to take a vote.
Oh, well, no, he's the Passion of the Christ guy, right?
He is the passionate. Yeah, he's the director. Yeah.
No, I mean, he funded all that. Right? So who is it? Mickey Rourke?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. These are like twins, man.
We got to take a vote, though.
Let's go. Mickey Rourke.
I think I'm going to abstain until Gary votes.
You can't abstain. Okay. I'm going to vote.
I'm going to let Gary vote first. I already have mine.
Well, my vote's going to make this whole thing irrelevant because I'm also going to say Mickey Rourke. 9.5 weeks.
I was going to say Mickey Rourke as well.
There you go. 3-0. The judges are unanimous.
Up next, number 6, Nicolas Cage taking on number 11, Edward Furlong. All right, Gary, do you have anything on Cage? Where do we go from here?
I do have some items on Cage. I'm not quite sure, though, how many we can talk about on a family show like the Cesspool podcast, because we try hard not to offend people.
We're all about family, religion.
Yeah, we found the Jesus, right?
Yes.
So there's a story here, I don't know if it's true or not, that one night an intruder broke into his home and the intruder bought ice cream, particularly fudgesicles.
Oh.
So he sat at the foot of...
not a bad guy.
Not a bad guy. No, because he bought ice cream to his home intrusion. And offered Nicolas Cage the fudgesicle. And while Nicolas Cage was eating the fudgesicle, that's what we're calling it, because it's a family show, Nicolas Cage was also calling the cops. And when he got through, he said, the cops showed up to his house and arrested the intruder while Nicolas Cage was still eating the fudgesicle. How crazy is that? Apparently it's true. Also in here says he had a $6.2 million tax evasion bill from the IRS.
Yeah. So
not the nice man that he portrays himself to be. He was the victim of a massive comic book heist. He bought 1939 issued comic Superman that someone then stole, and that comic has since been valued at $900,000. He bought a pyramid tomb in St. Louis with his name on it. He bought the plot, put a tomb on it already, and said, when I die, just bury me here. I've already sorted out the tombstone. I've already got the plot. He accidentally bought a stolen dinosaur skull. I mean, who hasn't been on eBay and spent $76,000 for something that turned out to be fake?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Yeah, haven't you done it? He once tripped out on mushrooms with his cat.
Yeah, I've done it.
So he's at home doing mushrooms and he feels like, well, maybe the cat would like some mushrooms. So they tripped out together.
Yeah.
I mean, who hasn't done that? He once showed up to a Nicolas Cage film festival. I mean, why would you not?
He's Nick Cage, right?
Yeah, right.
No one was there.
And finally, the fact I have about him, he once participated in a Nicolas Cage lookalike contest and finished 5th.
Oh, shit.
That's got to be soul-destroying, right?
Yeah,
What do you have on Eddie Furlong?
Well, Edward Furlong, he had battled alcoholism and drug addiction. How about you?
Well.
What?
He first went into rehab in October 2000. How about you?
Try to make me go to rehab.
He said he was on and off from hard drugs from 22 to 26 years old. He was a heroin and cocaine addict, and it was really scary.
It must be scary being a heroin and cocaine addict.
I don't even think of partying anymore. It seems lonely now. running and clubbing and doing coke. I have nightmares about doing hard drugs. I'll wake up and I'm like, did I relapse?
It's a shame he didn't have those nightmares earlier.
He was arrested and charged with misdemeanor battery against his girlfriend. He was arraigned on outstanding. Oh, so he likes to domestic violence against. I mean, it happens. God
Sometimes
damn, it
you got.
happens.
I mean, wasn't it the Prodigy that said sometimes you got to smack your bitch up?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that song.
And catch her pitch up.
Catch her pitch up.
Yeah. So he probably listened to a lot of.
Wait, I have a
Prodigy.
question for Badger here. If we can, Badger, what's your favorite Nicolas Cage movie? The one that changed your life?
All of them.
No, I think the answer to you're looking for is Come in 60 Seconds, because you saw that movie and you empathized with the fact that. Is that not true?
Love that movie.
Love
Come
that
in
movie.
60 seconds.
Isn't Angelina Jolie in that movie too?
Oh my God, is she?
I
Is
would
she
come.
in
I
that
would
movie?
come in 60 seconds.
My
too.
God, is she in that?
That's
movie?
fair. That's fair. Angelina Jolie come in 60 seconds. That's fair.
So Furlong, I mean, he will abuse girlfriends. So who do we have here? These are two pussy dudes. I mean, to be honest,
It's for me. It's Cage.
Why?
I vote Cage because he's got an awesome last name, like Cage Match, like he's a fighter.
I think it's Furlong.
Oh damn. So what has Cage done to prove his might here?
I don't know. I just like Cage for this one. I have no rational reasoning beyond stupidity, but I'm going with Cage.
I just don't think that Edward Furlong shies away from controversy or.
But has Edward Furlong been in any movies that we've heard of?
Right, but that's not what makes this list, though. It's combat.
Well, you motherfucker. He was John Connor in Terminator 2.
What else was he in? Apart from his bitch that wouldn't
He
fuck
was
him.
Pecker and Pecker. Danny Vineyard in American History X.
He was Pecker and Pecker. He was Danny and Danny.
Porn star, The Legend of Ron Jeremy. He played himself.
Isn't Ron Jeremy in jail now?
Well, why would he be? He's just fucking.
So you get the deciding vote, Jim, because Badger voted for Eddie. I voted for Nicholas.
Listen, this guy is statutory raping. He's taking drugs. He ain't really giving a fuck.
So you're going with Furlong.
I mean, I don't like Nicolas Cage.
He speaks very highly of you.
So I'm going Furlong. Let's move it along. Number 7, Charlie Sheen taking on number 10, Sean Penn.
I don't know. I like the stuff that Charlie Sheen's been in. Sean Penn was married to Madonna. I mean, he gets brownie points for that because you know that was no fucking party.
Well, Charlie Sheen was fucking Playboy Playmates. He was calling them, what did he call them?
Didn't he have two?
The goddesses.
Yeah, he had two porno stars living with him at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did I say Playboy Playmates? I meant like, anal Playmates.
Brazzers.
What do you remember Charlie Sheen for?
Winning.
I remember Charlie Sheen. Yeah, he had his
Winning.
wild, drunk, high interviews with
I mean, let's be honest.
mainstream media.
He was living the life that we all want to live for about 2 years, but then it catches up to you.
That's very true. But he starred in things like Platoon,
Yep,
2.5 Men,
of course.
many years.
He was in other stuff too. He was in that parody of Top Gun. What was that called? Hot Shots. He was in that.
He was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, he was in that. That was his debut. I remember that.
Yeah, he was a young gun. Hot Shots. Hot Shots Part. Yeah.
Okay, sequel, so it doesn't count. He was in Denise Richards. Come on, my vote again with the just purely based on the fact he was in Denise Richards goes with Charlie Sheen.
So you think Charlie Sheen beats up Sean Penn based on the fact that he slept with Denise Richards?
That's a fair point. Can I change my vote? Are we allowed to do that?
I mean, it's up. This is your vote.
I actually really like watching 2.5 Men. I'm sticking with Charlie Sheen. Now, would he take Sean Penn in a fight? I don't know, but which one would I rather have dinner with? Charlie Sheen. That's my vote. Over to you, Badger.
Which one would I rather have dinner with? I'd love to have dinner with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, but which one do you think would win in a fight?
In a fight, I think Sean Penn whips the absolute fucking shit.
Okay, so that's one vote for each. So
out
again,
of Charlie Sheen.
You have the deciding vote. Lexington Steele over there.
It seems Sean Penn kind of had a little thing for like El Chapo.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
You know, he had a thing for drug lords and all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, so I'm thinking Sean Penn probably edges out Charlie Sheen on the island.
We have a winner.
Let's go. Sean Penn on that one. Up next, number 2, Evel Knievel. He takes on motherfucking 15, Todd motherfucking Bridges. How you feel about Evel Knievel? Now, Evel Knievel was obviously these are both old school people.
Well, I had Evel Knievel's, that little wind-up motorcycle. As a kid, I had that toy. Badger, do you have any facts about Evel Knievel to help us out here?
I mean, the guy was born in like 1938, grew up in Butte, Montana.
Boring motherfucker.
He was largely boring. His parents divorced in 1940. Grew up with his grandparents. I mean,
so he was only like 2 or 3 years old when his when his parents got divorced.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't decide to do what he did until he saw some like weird motorcycle extravagant bullshit whenever he was young. So it doesn't seem like he went through a whole lot of trauma. Like his dad wasn't like super abusive, or his mom wasn't on drugs, nothing like that. Like the type of shit we deal with today. Like, fuck, my mama beat the shit out of me and smoked crack. Oh, woe was me.
Well, I admire your empathy for crack babies. What about Evel Knievel in his later life? Was he liked by people? Was he an asshole? I mean, obviously he's an American legend. He's an American hero.
I mean, American hero, like he jumped over buses. Like you can call him a hero all you want.
Badger, would you jump over buses on your?
I would jump over buses if it paid me money. But I don't do that shit for fun.
Man had a lot of money.
Right, I guarantee he made some money. He was kind of a fucking dick. People revered him as, American hero. But he was kind of an asshole.
So who is he fighting against in this bracket of ours?
Fighting against Todd Bridges.
Let me tell you about Todd Bridges, because I've got all the facts on it. When he was 15 years old, in a few years into his role as Willis from Different Strokes, he started experimenting and using drugs. But his coping using drugs was a result of being a victim of alleged abuse. When Bridges was 11, he claimed an older man, who was a friend of his family, repeatedly sexually abused him, though. But one day, he defended himself during an attack, and his mother threatened the perpetrated predator. While his mother was immediately reactionary to learning of Bridges' assault, his father wasn't. His father completely disbelieved him and shunned him from the family. Can you believe that?
No. Can you believe Evel Knievel beat a motherfucker with a bat?
He did?
Because he did.
He did not.
Yeah, in 1977, attack on a movie studio executive who the Daredevil beat with a fucking baseball bat.
Well, as good as that is, in 1989, Todd Bridges was charged with attempted murder of a drug dealer. And in 1990, a year later, he was jailed on suspicion of drug possession. Can you believe someone that would use drugs would be in possession of drugs?
Well, I remember Todd Bridges. He did like one of the very first celebrity boxing. You remember that?
What you talking about, Willis?
Oh my God, he's one of the biggest pussies I've ever seen. The fights were Danny Bonaducci versus Barry Williams, Todd Bridges versus Vanilla Ice.
It was Vanilla Ice.
and Paula Jones versus Tony Harding. Bridges was introduced as Todd Mad Dog Bridges. Ice was introduced as Bipolar. Meanwhile, Ice had Tank Abbott working in his corner. Hey, you can't beat that. Right?
Who's Tank Abbott?
Early UFC fighter, man. He's legendary. Bridges was in control throughout the entire fight, flooring Ice in rounds 1 and 2. And he won all the rounds against Vanilla Ice.
So Vanilla Ice lost.
Vanilla Ice got his fucking ass beat by fucking Todd Bridges.
What you talking about, Willis? So we're going to have to take a vote on this, I think.
Well, Evel Knievel beats women with bats, and Todd Bridges beats dudes with fists.
Men's in legitimate fights.
Yeah.
So again, we go back to what we said earlier. It feels like the obvious choice here is Evel Knievel when you see the names on the sheet, but
it's not.
Evel Knievel beats women with bats. Todd Bridges beats men in legitimate boxing matches.
And that's why we talk it out. So Todd Bridges.
I have switched mine.
I'm going Todd Bridges.
I'm going Todd Bridges too. I mean, yeah, and that's he's the underdog.
Yeah, and he wins.
He wins.
Stay tuned for the next round of Celebrity Combat.